beautiful people, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I hope everyone is having an amazing day. My name is TatiV, and if you're a true crime lover like me, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I post videos every single week, Mondays and Fridays, on very interesting true crime stories in ASMR style. Also follow my TikTok. I post true crime snippets in ASMR style there as well. Today's story is another one of those very interesting but yet disturbing videos. Today we're going to discuss Leonardo Cianciulli, who was literally a human soap and tea cake maker. Yes. So, if you're not into this stuff, this is your warning. Before your warning, there's going to be another warning throughout this video. So, sit back, relax, grab a snack. Well, you might not want to grab a snack during this video, but you can definitely relax and enjoy some crime time. Warning, this content is for educational purposes only. Some viewers might find this disturbing. Parental discretion is advised. Leonardo Cianciulli was born on November 14th, 1893 in Montella. Leonardo had a very difficult childhood. When she was a child, she attempted to take her own life twice. In 1917, she married Raphael Pensardi, who was a registry clerk. Her parents disagreed with the marriage. They wanted her to marry another man. When she didn't listen to her parents, they would curse and torture her. After Leonardo and Raphael got married, they moved to Potenza in 1921. There is where she went to jail for fraud. After she was released, the couple moved to Lariano. In 1930, their house was destroyed by an earthquake. This led to them moving again to Correggio. Leonardo opened a small shop where she sold cakes and soaps. She became very popular around her community. They described her as being a nice, gentle woman. She cherished her children. She experienced 17 different pregnancies with her husband. She miscarried 3, and 10 of her children died during their youth. The remaining 4 of her children she was extremely protective over. Leonardo was a very superstitious person. She would visit psychics who performed palm readings and told her, quote, "In your right hand I see prison. In your left hand I see criminal asylum," end quote. Another psychic told her that she would marry and have children, and that all of her children would die. This is why she was protective over her children. She took both of these readings very serious. 1939, Leonardo's oldest son, Giuseppe, was listed to join the Italian army to prepare for World War II. Giuseppe was her favorite child, and she needed to protect him at all costs. She decides in order to protect her son, she needed human sacrifices. Leonardo went into the psychic business herself. The small shop she had, she did her own psychic readings there. People went to her for help, and they trusted her with everything she told them. Leonardo started planning 3 of her customers' deaths. Faustina Setti was an older woman who was unmarried who came to Leonardo for help in finding a husband. Leonardo told her she had a husband waiting for her in Pola, but in order for her to meet this husband, she first needed to not tell anyone where she was going. She told Faustina to write letters and postcards to her family and friends that everything was well. Before Faustina could leave, Leonardo offered her a glass of wine that was spiked. She struck her with an axe, killing her. She dragged closet. There is where she cut her body into 9 pieces and put her blood into a basin. She dissolved her body into caustic soda and was dumped into a septic tank. Her blood was used to make tea cakes that was sold in her cake shop and fed to her son. I threw the pieces into a pot, added 7 kilos of caustic soda, which I had brought to make soap, and stirred the mixture until the pieces dissolved in a thick, dark mush that I poured into several buckets and emptied in a nearby septic tank. As for the blood in the basin, I waited until it had coagulated, dried it in the oven, ground it, and mixed it with flour, sugar, chocolate, milk, and eggs, as well as a bit of margarine. Kneading all the ingredients together, I made lots of crunchy tea cakes and served them to the ladies who came to visit, though Giuseppe and I also ate them. Clementina Soavi, who was her second victim. Clementina was looking for a job, and Leonardo claimed she found a job for her at a school for girls in Piacenza. But in order to receive this, she first must write a letter to friends and family of her plans. Just like the first victim, Leonardo gave her spiked wine, killed her with an axe, cut her up into pieces. Leonardo stated she received 3,000 lira, which is Italian money, from her second victim. The third and final victim, Virginia. She was a former soprano singer who would perform at La Scala. Leonardo claimed to have found work for Virginia as a secretary for a mysterious impresario in Florence. This time, Leonardo told her to not tell anyone where she was going. She agreed to do so. On September 30th, 1940, she came to visit Leonardo. She was given spiked wine, then killed with an axe. The victim's body was melted to put into mostly soaps that was sold in her cake shop. Leonardo stated Virginia was sweeter than her 2 other victims. Leonardo received 50,000 lira, which is Italian money, several pieces of jewelry, and public bonds. She sold all of the victims' clothes and shoes. This is what she had to say about her third victim. She ended up in the pot like the other 2. Her flesh was fat and white. When it had melted, I added a bottle of cologne, and after a long time on the boil, I was able to make some most acceptable creamy soap. I gave bars to neighbors and acquaintances. The cakes, too, were better. That woman was really sweet. The sister of Virginia started getting suspicious of her disappearance. She last saw her going into Leonardo's home. She gave this information to police, and they opened an investigation that led to Leonardo's arrest. She never confessed to the crimes until police suspected that her son Giuseppe was involved. She confessed and detailed everything she had done to save her son from becoming a suspect. She went on trial for murder in 1946. She didn't show any remorse. She was found guilty of the crimes and was sentenced to 30 years in prison and 3 years in a criminal asylum. On October 15th, 1970, Leonardo died at the age of 77 inside the women's criminal asylum. She died of intracerebral hemorrhage, which causes bleeding into the tissue of the brain. Several items that were used in the crimes, including the pot where she boiled the victims, are on display at the Criminology Museum in Rome. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this type of content, go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below of how you feel about this case or the video, or if you have any suggestions on what you want me to talk about. And also let me know in the comments if you all are into this superstitious palm reading psychic type of thing. I'm not really into it. I've never believed in it, safe, stay blessed, and as always, I'll catch y'all in my next video.